Okay, this was unexpected. I hadn't expected to do this book, but I was walking down the aisle and it was on display. I guess a reason those display cases actually work, I don't know why. I'd rather have product filling all those spaces than a turned book, but this was a turned book and it caught my attention. And I'm like, oh, isn't that the new one? Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Tina. This is where we read books and talk about books. No special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy smancy stuff going on here. And like I said, I was walking down the aisle and I ran into Blue Christmas. A little on the late side, but I spotted it. I was like, oh, I just did a Christmas one for her the other day, but apparently she wrote 2 last year. And so this is our second one where they're on vacation again. They've been going on vacation a lot. This has been a lot of out of towners. But we've got Sarah Booth, our detective, and Tinky is her partner. And Millie Roberts is the cafe owner and a friend of theirs who writes a news column with Cece. The truth is out there. And then we have Oscar, Tinky's husband. And we have Coleman, who is Sarah Booth's significant other. And J Tree is Cece's boyfriend. And Harold stops in every once in a while. He's a friend of the group. And then we have some local extras that are in just for the story. So they're going to the Hound Dog Hotel in Tupelo, Mississippi. There is an Elvis festival. They have one during the summer, but apparently they decided to have one at Christmas too. And Sarah Booth is all excited about doing this Elvis thing. They have all these Elvis impersonators in town. They're all over the place. And they're doing all these different shows and all these events are going on. And one of the events has an Elvis belt, like his big belts from the 70s when he was a little on the heavier side. And this one's apparently jewel encrusted, bunch of jewels on it, worth several $million. And they go to see this thing, and it's awesome. They go see the belt. I should have made a fake one, but I didn't think about it. I just finished this 5 minutes ago. And so they go to this display in the arena of all the different Elvis stuff. And while they're there, the belt gets stolen. And then the fingers get pointed in all these different directions. They go this way and that way and this way. There's tons of plot twists. The finger is pointed at every which one, including the sheriff, the local sheriff himself. The finger gets posted that way. And at some point you're thinking, Grace is the lady that had the belt made, and her name is Grace Land. Her mother did her cruel by naming her Graceland. But she was an Elvis fan, so she decided to name her child Graceland. And she had the belt commissioned by an artist named Sippy, a guy named Sippy. And apparently they were lovers at some point, and she had offered to pay him for it, but he was in love with her, so he said it was a gift. And then later on, there were rumors that he was upset that he didn't get paid for it, because after that point, they'd gotten in a fight and broken up, and now he wants to be paid. And there were rumors that she did pay him. There were rumors that she didn't pay him. There are rumors that she gave him a check, but they got in an argument and he tore it up. So there's all different rumors out there. Then, of course, the belt was supposed to be insured for $3 million. But the lady that does the insurance in this local small town, she doesn't like Miss Graceland. And when Miss Graceland was making monthly payments on time, but she, being an evil insurance agent, decided, oh, maybe I lost her check. Maybe she didn't send it. Oh my God, I did send her an email, but maybe she ignored it. Because unknowns to everybody else, you ripped up the check, you evil insurance person, but nobody knows. And you're like, oh no, I didn't receive no check. No, it was lost in the mail or something. I didn't get it. And we did our duty and sent you out a notice, and you didn't respond to said notice of the check missing. And then there's a whole bunch of investigation on whether or not she actually sent out the notice and whether she actually received the check and all these things. Because now that there's been a lapse in the policy, Miss Graceland won't get the $3 million that the thing's insured for because she let her policy lapse. Or did she? Or was it the evil insurance lady? We shall never know. Or maybe we do know. I could be wrong. I have no idea what's gotten into me today. So, Miss Graceland comes up to Tinky and Sarah Booth that their reputation has preceded them, and she wants them to solve the case. And they're like, but we're on vacation. We're here to celebrate. They're entering in this contest. They're going to do some singing, blah, blah, blah. They're here to have fun and Christmas shop and blah, 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 blah. But she talks them into taking the case, and they take the case, and like I said, the finger gets pointed that way, then it gets pointed back at Grace, then it gets pointed at the insurance agent, then it gets pointed at the sheriff, and it gets pointed in so many different directions, your head's spinning. Like, it's a very multi-layered plot. It's the who did this and who did that and who did this and who did that. On the bright side, nobody gets killed. Maybe there's a couple of attempts, but nobody gets killed. So that's on the good side, right? And, forensics says that the cameras were conveniently shut down at the arena center. And the guards that took over for the night guards that took over for the day guards didn't know the night guards. And I was thinking that if you work for an insurance company and if you are doing a very important security thing, that all the security guards that are going to be scheduled that weekend for that important thing should know each other. So that if someone unknown comes up to you and says so-and-so called in sick, then you might want to check with your boss first to confirm that so-and-so did call in sick. Because if you just saw so-and-so earlier that day or yesterday when all the security plans were finalized like they should be finalized at the last minute, then you should know all the parties involved so that when the fake people come up to you, you go, oh, no, I'm not relinquishing my post to you. You're a fake person. But no, none of that happened. I know, plot twist. But there's so many things in here, little itty bitty things that I could just pick at, but I won't. Because you have to just go with the flow. And one of these days, I'm going to get a selfie camera and I'm going to put it on the floor so y'all can watch my cat. And if I had the technology, if I had the know-how, and put that little screen up here so you could watch my cat as she's playing all over the place and rolling all over the place and doing all this different fun stuff while you're just listening to little old me so you can watch her too. But, so yeah, and then Coleman arrives, and there's this other little thing that I have a little issue with, because the girls had started out the vacation ahead of the boys. They were like going to do a couple number of days for themselves, then the men were going to show up and they were going to do the rest of the vacation together, because the men had things they had to tie up first. There's this one point where Sarah Booth is in bed, she's sleeping, and Coleman comes in, wakes her up, gives her some information, and then Coleman says, we'll tackle this in the morning, and goes to go to sleep, and Sarah says, no, I'm going to go out now and do it now. I'm going to go do XYZ. Coleman is a sheriff. He's a sheriff. What sheriff in their right mind? Yeah, I know Sarah Booth can handle herself, but if she's doing this law enforcement thing, what? Why? And he's her boyfriend. So he's the sheriff and he's her boyfriend. And he lets her go off on her own and he goes to sleep. I didn't buy that. I had to go back and reread that like 5 times. He goes to sleep, he goes to bed, and lets his wife go out into danger. Or actually, his girlfriend go out today, if you want to get really technical about it. But he's a sheriff! What is he doing letting her go out on her own? That was another big beef I had. Another big beef. But the figure gets going this way, that way, this way, that way, this way. You get a little confused. Your head starts turning. All these different things. A lot of it leans on the insurance agency and her. Did I cash that check? I don't think I got the check. No. And there's just a lot of stuff with her. And there's a lot of other stuff going on too. And you're not sure who to believe. You're not sure what part of the story to believe. You're not sure which part of this part. CAROLYN is just, I'm tricking you. I'm going to give you this information, but it's not the whole thing. I'm giving you blah, 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 blah. But I'm not giving you the but part. I'm just giving you the blah, blah, blah part. Because if you want to know the but part, it's going to take a couple chapters for me to get to the but. The but they're guilty by, or the but they're innocent by stuff. It takes a couple of chapters. They've got to do more investigation. So, anyways. And all these people with their cute little names. So, the question, nobody gets killed in this book, which is good. And there are several attempts, though. So, who stole the belt? And why did they steal the belt? Did they need the money? Did they just like the belt and they wanted to hold it? Because it's such a famous object and it's such a well-known object that you really couldn't fence it logistically because, locally, no local fence would take it because it's identifiable and anybody would know what it was and anybody would know that it was stolen merchandise. So there's a huge twisty plot there. And then she tries to throw a red herring in and try and get some other people involved in this, but she quickly dismisses. She's checking on this thing, and there's a list of people that she goes through kind of quickly and disses all them, and then goes back to the local factor. So anyways, it was cute. It was a good, enjoyable read. It was a surprise. Like I said, it was a surprise. I didn't expect to be doing this book right now. But I thought I'd decide to do it before I get into more serious matters here. It was a cute read. It was a fun read. So if you could please hit the like and subscribe and let me know I'm doing a good job, that'd be appreciative. I just want people to know I'm here. I just want people to watch my videos. And maybe we'll get 1,000 by my birthday. Well, probably not. Maybe by Christmas, that would be nice. Wouldn't that be awesome? So if you could please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you.